Fifth season, we're taking care of our health, and this is the sixth or seventh episode. I forgot, to be very honest. When it comes to taking care of yourself and to being healthy, most of us will think about physical activity. If I want to be healthy, I need to be physically active. Some of us will think I need to be physically active and I need to eat properly. Few of us will think I need to be physically active, I need to eat properly, and I need to sleep properly. I need to get good, solid, consistent hours of sleep. And almost anyone, like the exception of the exception, the 1% of 1%, will think I need to do physical activity, I need to eat properly, I need to sleep well, and I need to take care of my brain. When it comes to health, most of the discussions will go around training, doing any kind of physical activity, and eating. We've already covered the topic of sleeping. It was a superficial video, just introductory, but it was enough to deliver the message. And today I would like to cover the idea of taking care of your brain, because I truly believe that the ancient Roman popular expression mens sana in corpore sano, it's also applied the other way around, corpore sano in mens sana. If you want to lead a healthy life, it's not going to be enough to do physical activity, eat properly, and sleep properly. That is very good. I think you are on a great way if you are following these three things that I've mentioned, but you have to go to the next step. And even if you say, oh, but this is the exception of the exception, very few people are doing it. One thing that I always take for myself is never base your attitudes, your values, or your standards on others. Because if others' values, standards, or self-demands are very low, whatever you do above that, you are going to think, oh, that's a lot. And maybe it's going to be below the basics, because people are doing way below the basics. They are doing way below, way less than what they should be doing. So when it comes to taking care of yourself and leading a healthy life, taking care of your brain is definitely something necessary. You can be super fit, you can look like an Instagram model, and at the same time have wind going on in your head. Be empty as nothing. And that doesn't seem to me, according to my perception, of course, that you are healthy. It doesn't look to me that someone who has a lot of muscles or definition or whatever we want to call, has a beautiful physique, but has nothing going on in the brains, is a healthy person. In order to take care of your brain, in order to take care of your soul, so to say, using a metaphysical expression here, in my opinion, you should take care of cultivating yourself. What does cultivating yourself means? This is an old expression to talk about building yourself up, a season that we took care of a while ago. But it's also something that for the Greeks, the ancient Greeks, and later for the Romans, meant nourishing yourself with good quality knowledge, so to say, with good quality wisdom. That is, if you are someone who loves taking care of your body, who eats well, and in the pictures you look great and fit, but you are not into history, general knowledge, general culture, theater, literature, philosophy, psychology, sciences in general, if you're not into learning new things and acquiring new healthy habits and doing things that will add to your, how can I put it, to your quantum of knowledge, to your spiritual grow up, there is something that is going to be always lacking in terms of health, because a healthy mind, a healthy spirit will help you a lot in taking care of yourself, in creating boundaries, in creating higher expectations for yourself, in increasing your standards with yourself. And it will help you in so many different ways into becoming a better person, a person that demands more from him or herself, a person who is always willing to learn more, to grow, to develop, and so on, that it's even difficult to measure and to tell you how beneficial that could be. I could mention to you several books that have somehow preached that approach that I'm taking here into taking care of yourself, into nourishing your spirit, into feeding your brain, or whatever expression you want to use it. But I'm not going to make a list of books now. In the future, I plan on making a list of books. But for now, the only thing that I wanted to tell you is, if you aim for the classics, classic philosophy, classic literature, classic poetry, classic theater, you are going to be making a huge step into feeding your brain, into feeding your mind, into taking care of your mental health. And I can tell you that in the beginning, it's going to, above all, if you're not used to read, if you're not into reading and studying, not only reading, but studying what you're reading, it's going to sound strange. You're not going to understand. You are not going to know how to read it. I mean, if you are modest enough to admit that you're not understanding, because when you read the classics, you're not reading the newspaper. You're not informing yourself about the current affairs. No. You are reading the deep, profound, rich contributions of the greatest minds of our human history, so to say. So it's not only about reading those pages and saying, okay, I read them and now I have accumulated that information. No, it's a matter of processing, ruminating it, trying to develop from what you read, trying to apply some of those wisdoms for your life, trying to transform that acquired knowledge into something practical, into something that you can, so to say, touch, that you can transform into action, that you can materialize into some kind of acting, behaving, doing, and so on. And it will be therefore difficult when you start. You are not going to understand. I didn't understand for years when I was reading those classics. It was very difficult for me to get the messages, to get the lessons, to get what was between the lines as well. But I knew somehow that was a good way. I'm not going to say the only way, the right way, or the best way, but I knew it was a good way. I knew it was something that could be really beneficial for myself. So I insisted, I persisted on going through that path, even if I wasn't getting the main idea of it. And of course, after a long while, you start collecting the fruits of it. You start understanding, you start to understand some stuff, and those things begin to have an effect on your mind, on your behavior, on your values, on your perception of the world. And they help you with self-discipline, they help you with increasing your standards with yourself, with becoming more detailist, with becoming more perfectionist, with investing more on improving as a person, as a human being, with learning new things. And I can only be thankful to the decision that I made, to the influences that I received, to start reading, to dive into this world of knowledge and constant and eternal search for learning more. And this is the reason why I'm here encouraging you to do that. It's not a theory that I read somewhere and I'm preaching to you now. It's something that I have lived for years and years and years and years, and that I've seen the effects in myself, in my life, in my values, and so on. And this is why I'm encouraging you and suggesting you to take this path, to go down the road of reading, of searching for knowledge, of being an inquisitor, of always asking for more, doubting, wanting to know more, and so on, because this is really going to collaborate with your overall mental state and with your overall health state. Taking care of your health is much more than just doing some exercises and eating well. That is one of the steps, maybe one of the smallest, that you have to take towards becoming a healthy person, a complete human being, and someone who is striving for more and for bettering and for improvement and for searching for more than what the average is doing out there. I kindly and warmly invite you to search for this possibility, to start reading as soon as you can, to start to go into theaters, operas, listening to classic and baroque music, and going to the classics to get the first input of knowledge as soon as you can. And I really believe that within 10 years, you are going to look backwards and say, that was a great decision that I made, and it really collaborated to the person that I am now. See you in the next episode.